start of day 123. It's Wednesday, July 27th, and it is 7:15 a.m. I am still packing up my stuff. I've already went to the bathroom, got my bear bags from the bear box, brushed my teeth, and started taking down the outside of my tent. So now I've got to figure out what food I'm eating for the day, eat my breakfast, finish packing up, and then take my tent down. The plan for today is, I have it written down. What's today? Wednesday, 13.2 miles. So not a super long day, but not a super short day either. We are kind of hoping to get to camp early, probably around like 4:30 or 5, and then that way we can just kind of enjoy our time at camp. We did that a couple days ago and it was really nice, but then last night we didn't get into camp till about 7:30, I believe. I'm hoping that maybe next week, I'll have to see what the temperature is, but I feel like this week I've kind of lowered the miles, except for yesterday, and then I'm hoping that next week I'll maybe increase the miles a little bit, but it really just depends on where the possible campsites are. So in Connecticut, just like a lot of the other states, you can only camp at shelters or designated campsites, so it's really hard to like your days are kind of forced, like the miles, because we could have done more miles, but that means that we would have had to do big mile days back to back to back, and that's just, the trail's hard, so it's just really difficult to do. But anyway, that's next week, so we'll get to that then. This is a beautiful way to start the morning. Nice flat trail next to a river. Nothing too hard. Good way to get the legs moving and the body warmed up. I came off trail about 100 yards to take a break at the Pine Swamp shelter, and I wanted to show you how the shelters are a little different more up north. So they've got these little gaps in between, like the outside of the shelter and the platform where people sleep, and apparently the porcupines are notorious for climbing into the shelters and cozying up with the hikers in their sleeping bags. So these gaps keep the porcupines off of the sleeping platform. So I thought that was interesting. Alright, well, I signed the trail log, and I had a snack, and then I was gonna go get water, but it was like 0.2 miles to the water source, and so there was a guy here that he had went and got water and filtered what he needed, and then he had some left, so he just gave it to me. So I have a little bit, that much, and then this much. So I have enough. It's like 3.4 miles to the campsite tonight, and they have water there, so I'm just going to use what I have and get back on the trail and hike those last 3-ish miles to get to camp. It's about 3:45 right now, so I probably won't get there till about 5, maybe a little bit after, I don't know. But I did look at the map at the elevation, and it doesn't seem to be that bad. But again, you know how it goes, and anything that I think is going to be easy is not easy. So, but I can't change it, so I'm going to get out there and hike. I made it to the Sharon Mountain campsite. The second half of the day was a lot easier than the first half, but I'm so glad to be here. I could go farther if I really wanted to, but I don't want to because I already have the rest of my week planned out, and I'm going to stick with it, at least for now anyway. But yeah, I'm going to go get my tent set up and then have my dinner. Ooh, good. There's a bear box at this site, so I don't have to worry about hanging my bag. Oh boy. How do you get there?
There's a path down there and there's a long path over there.
Well, that's comforting. Alright, so I'm heading down to the privy to check it out. Man, look at all this privacy. Well, at least no one can really see unless they're actually looking down here. Interesting.
Yeah, I think
so for dessert, I am having this Trailtopia cheesecake dessert.
Cheesecake?
Yes, and I've been waiting for it all day. So I put 1 cup of water in it and I let it sit for 10 minutes, and then I get to top it with these graham crackers.
What's your problem? Don't think it's related.
I made sure to eat a small dinner so that I could have room for dessert, because that's the most important meal of the day.
Mildew cheese.
Alright, so it looks like mush actually, but we'll see if it tastes good. I hope so. I bought this at REI when we were there in New York City. It was only $7 too.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
The strawberries are a little hard.
New York City. It's not a movie. It's a commercial.
It's okay. I think it's the best you would get for trail cheesecake. But cheesecake is one of those things that I crave so much out here. So I'm planning on cheesecake tonight, and then hopefully McDonald's tomorrow, and ice cream at McDonald's, so I can get the 3 things that I crave all the time. Okay, thank you. Alright, well it is the end of day 123. I hiked 13.2 miles and I'm staying at the Sharon campsite, I believe is the name. Sharon Mountain campsite. Today started rough. Actually no, it started really well. There's like 2 miles of flat and then it got rough. I think my body is just tired. Seems to be a reoccurring thing that I say, but it's true. And then after lunch I actually felt really refreshed. I took a long lunch, ate a lot of food, and the second half of the day was a lot easier. I think the terrain was just easier too. So a combination of getting some rest, eating food, and easier terrain. I got to camp at about 5 o'clock, and that was really nice. I really like getting to camp early, so it gives me time to set up my tent, eat dinner, sit around and talk with people, go to the bathroom, filter water, put my bear bag away, brush my teeth, all before it gets dark. So it's really nice. It is supposed to start raining. The last I heard, it was supposed to start raining about 3 o'clock this morning, or tomorrow morning, and then rain throughout the day until early afternoon. But you know how the weather goes. It'll probably change. So the plan is I have my alarm set for 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, but if I get up and it's raining, I'm probably gonna just stay in the tent for a little bit. I don't know, we'll play it by ear. But so tomorrow we're gonna hike, I think it's like 6 miles, and then go to, it's like a 1/4 of a mile off trail, and there's this restaurant that we'll probably get some lunch at. Depending on what time we get there, we'll either eat there or just pack it out. And then I'll have another 6 miles. And my plan is to stay with this couple in Connecticut. They let hikers camp on their lawn and then take showers, do laundry, charge their devices for like, it's a donation. Most people do 10, I might do 15 because they pick you up from the trailhead as well, because they live like 6 miles from the trailhead. So and then take you back to the trailhead the next day. But so I'm planning on staying there, but as of right now it's just me. So I would feel more comfortable if someone else went with me, but right now I don't have anyone else to go with me, so I'm still most likely doing that, but I will decide tomorrow. I'll think about it some more. But I really do want to go because they live like right next to a McDonald's and I want to get McDonald's. But anyway, anything else about today? No, there wasn't really anything super interesting about today. Other than this morning walking right next to I think it was the Housatonic River. That was pretty cool. It made me want to go floating though. But yeah, there wasn't really anything. So, alright, well, that's it for today. I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.